men too simple to understand women, or are women just too complex to be understood?
I think too complex to be understood.
I want my husband to read my mind.
Yeah, and that's
And
never going to happen. And I can't expect that, but I do.
Nonsense. Accepting their fucking delusion. You make absolutely no sense. You're not complicated. You act like a child.
This happened to him at the gym today.
Should I go up to him and just poke him? He looks like depressed. Should I do it?
I dare you.
What should I do?
I dare you.
Should I touch his face?
Maybe take off one of his AirPods.
You know, he has headphones.
Sit in a seat.
Sit? So,
Help you?
he goes, can I help you?
I hate when men want you to pay 50-50 on the first date.
Ma'am, what's wrong with that?
Huh?
What's wrong with that? It's 2022.
And they're clearly not that interested.
I'm just trying to save money.
You want me?
Okay.
I mean, if you're just trying to save money, I get it.
But look,
I'm an independent woman.
But look.
I can pay for myself.
But the thing is, if he pays for the whole day, y'all may leave him. And he'll be like, man, what the heck? I paid.
Goddamn right.
Settling for relationships where affection is a chore, where everything that you say could potentially lead to an argument, and then the argument leads to even more arguments. Stop settling for relationships where sex lasts 2 or 3 minutes. Stop settling for relationships where there's no passion and connection. The reality is that the only reason you're settling is because you're settling in your life. You're settling for the standards that you have for yourself, and you don't know yourself. When you know yourself, you'll value yourself. You'll value the food that you eat, the people that you're around, the career that you choose, and yes, the partner that you select to share this lifetime with. You have the power to choose, but you gotta choose yourself first. If not, no one else will choose to value you unless you decide to value yourself in the same capacity that you want to be valued.
Just got married, right?
Just today,
Yes,
like 4 hours ago.
Okay, and do you guys know each other's body count?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
the body count? No. That's irrelevant.
Is it?
Yes, past is the past. Like, this is my future.
Are you willing to admit it right now?
9.
9?
Today we have a woman admitting that women are too complex to be understood, and that's probably because they don't really understand themselves. But the crazy part is that women expect men to understand them and literally read their minds even when these women don't know what they're doing or thinking themselves. This woman in the gym just demonstrates what we talked about earlier with women not understanding themselves and then expecting men to understand them. What this woman does in the gym is completely wrong. And kudos to the dude who was straight with her to ask her politely if he could help her out, to which she ran back to her friend. I swear, if a man did something like this, women would start a protest out on the streets calling him a pervert and a creep. But when a woman does it, it's no big deal. That has to change, guys. Women shouldn't have a free hand when it comes to bothering men, especially in public places such as the gym. We also go over a common debate in the third clip where the girl says she hates is when guys want to pay for the bill 50-50 on the first date. Women think that the red carpet should be rolled out for them from the first date and the guy should be paying for everything. Why? What is it that these women have done until now that makes them feel entitled to a free dinner with a stranger who's also trying to know her? Isn't she trying to know him too? Isn't she interested in him too? I think this whole debate of the guy being a gentleman if he pays on the first date is just because of the feminist narrative that wanted to get out of doing anything like it always does. Paying half doesn't make a woman any less of a woman. It's that simple. This shouldn't even be a debate. Men really need to understand that by accepting low-standard women, they're only lowering the standards of their lives. They're lowering their own potential and they're lowering what they can achieve out of life. If men started valuing themselves as much as they value attractive women, there would a lot more high-value men in the world today and a lot less simps roaming around thirsting for women and giving them free attention and validation. In the last video, we have a recently married couple who's just asked what their body count is. The guy is clearly a simp who says it doesn't matter and that his wife is the future, not the past, while the wife blurts out her body count and says 9. The reaction of her husband is priceless as he realizes the consequences of his wife having slept with 9 people in the past. Here's the reality. Women are extremely interested about your financial future when it comes to long-term partnerships or having children. You must thus take her personal history very seriously. Women don't pay any attention about your difficulties. At the finish line, they wait and choose the winners. That's the reality that many men seldom seem to know. It's a give and take in any relationship, and women make sure they know they are with someone who can provide for her. Similarly, men need to know what her past was like, how many men she dated, did she cheat, or is she divorced, or how many guys was she in a physical relationship with. Men need to know this so that they know if the woman they're going to invest their time, energy, and resources in is loyal and will stay with him. Therefore, if it's a short-term relationship, men shouldn't worry about a woman's background because it doesn't really matter. Nothing that may be significant is meant to come of this, as far as you know. If I tease a one-night stand with benefit, then who cares? However, it is crucial to understand her background if you plan to date her long-term or, more precisely, if you're seeking for a girlfriend or someone to start a family with. In reality, she is quite interested in your abilities to care for and defend yourself as a man and as a strong male role model in a family since she is going to spend her life with you and raise children. I'll explain why you should be interested in learning about her background. A woman has a very low chance of developing a healthy monogamous bond with one man over the course of a lengthy period of time if she has a high notch count, a history of promiscuity in which she slept with many men, and she lost her virginity at an early age. Numerous studies have been done on this. If you compare 2 ladies, one who started at age 20 and has a notch count of 2 versus one who started at age 16 and has a notch count of 50, the former is by far the wiser option. There will be a lower chance of divorce for you. Your chances of developing a strong relationship with her will be greater. At this point, some claim that men and women are the same. Usually what happens is that people ask why males can be promiscuous without consequence but women can't. Men and women are complementary to one another's lives, which is where the freak show begins. They are not the same. They are not alike, they are extremely unlike. Men have enormous amounts of testosterone, after all. Estrogen is present in women in large amounts. When it comes to hormone levels and how we interact with one another intimately, we are extremely different from each other's points of view, and all the research and data shows that women who have a history of promiscuity find it difficult to develop good, long-term monogamous ties with males. If you're a woman watching this and you're hoping to meet a good guy to have a family with, don't be a garden tool and don't go tossing it about to every person who shows you some attention. That's simply the reality of the intimate market. You want to maintain your attractiveness, so make sure your notch isn't something that would raise most eyebrows. That is simply the way things are, and you know that no amount of fighting, finger-pointing, or shouting can ever change that. It will always be that way. Since there is a 100% probability that she won't be truthful if you ask her, many males ask is how do you calculate the count? One of 2 things will happen if you question a lady about her notch count, either she will lie, or she will understate it. When women talk about this number, they are picturing anything lasting longer than a few months, such as boyfriends who lasted more than 3 months, anything that qualifies as a one-night stand, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, or that lady's vacation to Europe for the summer that lasted for 2.5 months, friends with benefits, female encounters, and anything else. They avoid recalling those. Therefore, you won't receive a precise figure. Although a number will be given to you, it won't be exact. I mean, if you want to be lazy, just double it by 2 or 3. If you want to establish this with a female who is 31 years old, the best strategy is to just ask her about her 20s and what she did during that period. It's a good indication that the relationship is open or that she is a keeper if she claims to have recently broken up with the partner she had been dating since she was 20. She didn't have a greater count. It's a respectable low-notch count. You won't see it very frequently. Instead, you'll likely encounter more counts on who say things like they traveled across Europe throughout their 20s, or that they worked at an island festival, or that they were on a cruise ship for 5 years. In actuality, you'll never learn the precise figure. You need to be quite careful about her intimate past because when it comes to long-term partnerships or having children, you are very anxious about your financial future. If you're not, you may put yourself in a lot of trouble. Thanks for watching Manfulness. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos for men.